I'm Trevor Osborne, and this is my wife, Kate. When I was younger and going here, I was in a lot of different small groups and things like that. Some of the most impactful parts of my life happened in like our youth group, just being poured into by youth group leaders and things like that.
We obviously have grown up here, but we weren't totally sure if getting married we should stay here or if God was calling us to like step out of our comfort zone and just start somewhere new. We both kind of just praying on our own surprised each other by wanting to stay here. We thought the other one wanted to go to a different church, and then one day we had a conversation and we were like, no, I think we should stay here. But we had no idea why. Like, we didn't know why we were staying, and this was before Unfinishd had started. And so just a couple months later, Unfinishd started, and it was kind of like that. We don't know what this looks like, we don't know what this means, but like, he's not finished with us here yet. That's why we're here, that's why we're not going anywhere. And so we still didn't know kind of quite what that looked like. We were on one income, not at all really where we imagined we would be financially getting married. And so that was kind of, I guess, scary for us to commit to giving something when we didn't really know what it was going to look like. So
when we were making a decision on our commitment, we had gotten kind of an inkling that I was going to be getting a new job. We were trying to wait and see what that commitment could look like with a new job. My job offer date was supposed to come at a certain time, and it didn't come. It kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back until commitment Sunday finally came. So we're like, okay, well, we just have to kind of make a decision about it, what we think it might look like, even though it might be uncomfortable. And then the very next day, I got a job offer. So it was a clear sign from God to tell us to just wait and just be patient, even though we didn't know for sure.
He doesn't care what the number is. He just wants us to put him first. A couple months ago, I graduated and got a job finally. And so just looking at it and saying like, okay, we can be doing more. Like, we can be giving more, we can be serving, we can be doing something else now that we're more stable, and we've been so fortunate and blessed to now have 2 incomes. And so what does that look like? And you would think it would be easy for us to be like, oh, he's provided so much for us in the past, but it still was just so challenging to be like, oh, well, I have, I could pay this to student loans, or I could pay this to something for what I want for my house, or things like that. Looking back and how he's been so faithful and provided, that his faithfulness in the past requires me to trust him now in the present. So I have no choice. Like, he's been so faithful and blessed us and provided for us, and even in times when we didn't know kind of if long term we would be financially okay, he was so generous through people here, through people that we know, and just like crazy ways that he blessed us. So all of that like provision and the ways that he provided for us, I have no choice but to trust him in the present now. And so I think just every single time we're just blown away by how through people here, through just ways that he answers prayers, that he's faithful. And so we have no choice but to trust him. It was easy for us to look and be like, oh, this isn't that much. Like, we don't have that much to give. But there are stories all throughout the Bible where Jesus takes small amounts and turns them into something so much greater. So it doesn't have to be a huge number. It doesn't have to be money. It could be time. It could be serving. It could be pouring into other people's lives, like people poured into us.
If you can't see the future, that's normal. Like, we had no idea what it would look like to be giving as much as we did. So I think it's important to just give because you need to, and you want to, and you desire to, not do it out of fear or not do it because you are fearful.
I guess I would say I'm most excited being kind of in the next gen with the little kids. It's just so fun to think about how they're going to be impacted by this, and how hopefully through us inviting our ones and us influencing other people around us, that they'll catch on by the time that they're grown up, and hopefully by the time they're our age, they'll just have friends that are have come to know and love Jesus through them because of the impact that they've gone through, being people who have benefited so much from people pouring into us here. It's really exciting to think that we're pouring into the next generation as a church so well, and to see in a few years what that turns out to be like.
I'm more of a logistical person, so I like the new building idea. I think it's going to be really cool and huge and accommodate for so many things that we have needs for, and just honestly create a wildfire of people that will join our community, and it will be able to hold them all.